We just moved into my grandma's house. Now someone is watching us. It was supposed to be a beautiful story of new beginnings. But fate didn't allow it. We had recently moved here, my mom, my little brother, and I. My mom had just gotten out of a bad marriage. My grandmother's death was the breaking point. After the divorce, we moved into the house where my grandmother had lived before passing away. A fresh start. We had lived here before, but for only a short time, maybe 4 years. After that, my parents decided to move us to an apartment, trying to build a new life away from here. The atmosphere felt gray, filled with piles of boxes and memories of the past. Not just from this house, but from our former life here. The neighboring houses were far apart, separated by rusty fences and abandoned yards. Some appeared to be empty. Others had windows always closed, as if their residents were avoiding looking outside. My mom said it was better that way. More privacy, she said, trying to smile, despite her eyes being swollen from crying. She was going through a lot. I promised myself I'd do whatever I could to help her, taking care of the house or my little brother. The first few days were peaceful. We organized everything, decorated the house, and tried to bring some life into the environment. My brother ran around while coughing. The house was still a bit dusty. He played in the yard, always under my supervision. I'm glad he didn't have to go through the sad part of moving, leaving everything and everyone behind. This happened this Thursday, early in the morning. We were getting ready to paint the walls, thinking that if this didn't bring life into the house, I really didn't know what would. I was leaving the house to get the mail. The mailman always left everything cluttered in the rusty metal box. But that day, I noticed something different. On the ground, right in front of the door, there was a letter. A simple, brown envelope, without a return address. I found it odd. I hadn't heard anyone approaching the house. No footsteps, no car, nothing. I picked up the letter and stared at it for a few seconds. It wasn't sealed. It was as if someone had left it there, personally. The envelope was slightly creased at the edges, which struck me as odd. I took the letter, still confused, and went to my mom. "Someone left this at the door," I said, extending the letter. She stopped what she was doing, wiped her hands with the towel on her shoulder, and looked at me with a confused expression. "At the door?" she repeated. I just nodded, saying nothing, but my head was racing with questions. She carefully took the envelope. For a moment, I thought her hands were shaking. She read aloud, and what she said would stay in my head for a long time. "Hello, neighbor. I'm glad to know you decided to move here. You made an excellent choice. This is a good house. Good structure, good location, and a welcoming energy, if I may say. When I heard someone was interested in it, I made sure to take a last look inside. Just out of curiosity, of course. I wanted to see how it was doing after all this time. I know every corner, every creak it makes at night. I hope you all settle in soon, and that you enjoy it. If you need anything, I'll be around. Welcome." My mom tried to hide her worried expression, but she didn't do it very well. "It's probably just a neighbor being thoughtful," she said, trying to convince herself. She carefully put the letter away, as if she didn't have the courage to crumple it and throw it away. Who would send a letter like that? Is it really just a neighbor? My mom put the letter in a drawer, and it could stay there forever. Later, we started painting, replacing the old beige walls with a beautiful light blue. My mom handled the higher parts, rolling the paint in short strokes. I took care of the corners near the floor, trying not to mess up the baseboard. My little brother, after a lot of insistence, got a small brush of his own to help. But it didn't take long for him to get tired and go play with something else. The sun began to set, and night fell. We were proud of our work. It had been a good family moment, and as we were exhausted, we went to bed earlier that night. On Friday, as I left my room to go to the kitchen, I came across my mom. She was motionless, hands on her face, deep in thought. In front of her was another letter. The letter was identical to the previous one. Same type, same brown paper. Still no return address. But this time, something was different. My name was written on it in fine, slanted handwriting. Like her, I was also scared. I didn't have the courage to open it yet, she said in a tense voice, looking like she hadn't slept the night before. I held it for a few seconds, then opened it. You're a good boy, Owen. Always looking out for your mom and your little brother. That's important, you know? Not everyone knows how to appreciate what they have. Someone young like you, 15, right? You still have so much ahead of you. But even at such a young age, you're surprisingly mature. You've been through so much, and still find the strength to help your family. A real dear. I hope you're enjoying the house. The new walls look beautiful. The next step could be the rooms, don't you think? I was in shock. I couldn't react other than with fear. It's not normal to receive compliments from a stranger, especially one whose face you've never even seen. This is strange to me, a teenager. All of this is strange. My mom told me not to tell anyone. We would deal with this later. But how do you deal with something like this? After dinner, I locked myself in my room. The paint still left a faint smell in the air, something between the new and the old. I lay on my side, staring at the ceiling, trying to ignore the sounds of the house. I turned to the side. The window was open. That feeling of being watched wouldn't leave me. I got up and closed the window. We didn't have curtains yet, but we'd get them soon. Every word from that letter echoed in my head. How does he know my name? Why is he watching us? What does he want from us? This is terrifying. Too much for me. Monday is my brother's first day at his new school. But I can't shake the unsettling feeling that someone might be watching him as he walks to school.